What's up, everybody? Never mind that near miss with the camera. What's going on? It's me, Jay Renard, and today is one of my favorite days. It is unboxing day. So I got some good stuff. Hold on one second, let me bust it out. Shipped all the way from Slovakia via the tannery in Tuscany, if I'm not mistaken, over in Italy. And if you haven't guessed it already, that is incredibly loud. It is some Shell Cordovan. And I've got two examples of it. Here, some of it is. I'm gonna scoot back a bit. Check this out. So we've got, and I haven't had this in a few years actually, some black, very classic. And this is a little over 3 ounces. You can tell from the thickness there. And it's got a very, very classic feel to it. Very, very tight grain underneath. And a very, very smooth glazed outer. And Shell Cordovan Co. has always done great, great work. I don't see the maker's mark. Maybe they just don't make a white or a silver stamp on this one here, but you'll see from the next hide that it does actually come from that particular tannery. But again, always great stuff. Dyed. I'm not sure if it's dyed through. Let me check. Nope. So it's dyed on the top and the bottom, and hasn't dyed all the way through there. Not a big deal. Truthfully, I personally like the contrast of colors. So what prompted me to buy something so expensive, because it's about 56 euro per square foot. The last time I looked at the exchange rate, what prompted me to buy not just one, but 2 hides was that Shell Cordovan Co. is offering Shell Cordovan unglazed. So I'm gonna unroll that off camera here. And slow reveal, here we go. And maker's mark. So one thing that I'll say it, even though it makes me sound a little bit pretentious. I never liked that Shell Cordovan because of the glazed nature of the skin side of it, or rather the outer of it. It's a long story. It doesn't really absorb your skin oils very much. Move this out of the way. It doesn't absorb your skin oils very much. So the patina that it gets is not at all like the patina you would get from something that is used for a long period of time. So, for example, this is what normal glazed Shell Cordovan looks with a similar color. This is actually whiskey color from the same tannery. And after a while, it would have some, the usual little bits of wear and tear, some creases and or bends rather. Shell Cordovan doesn't really crease, not quite like that, but it never really gathers up that patina look to it from leather that's been handled for a long period of time. And I really, really wanted some Shell Cordovan that I knew would gain that look and that feel and that texture and that luster. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you don't check your battery before you start filming. Before grace comes humility. All right, let's get back to it. So, like I was saying, Shell Cordovan doesn't necessarily develop the patina in the same way that regular veg tan leather would. I have some examples. I took advantage of the fact that the camera was off. So here is a simple card wallet of Shell Cordovan that I've used for a while, especially when I go out to sea. I don't need all of my cards, so I just have something simple that fits an ID and a few other things, and maybe a little bit of cash for something that, a few things I'm trying to do, but not very big. And I've used this for a long time. I mean, over the course of a few years, but certainly at sea for what amounts to months, quite honestly. And looks more or less new, except for a little bit of wear on the front, just a bit. And case in point, what I use for my business cards. You can see where it's been handled a great deal. You see where it's lighter on the inside. Let's take this out. A few more examples. Something that's been exposed to the sun a great deal. The knife sheath that I wear when I'm out to sea. So this is, you can see where it's been handled a bit and, sun darkened. Similar wallet, again, handled a fair bit. You can't really tell until you see the difference in the color right there. Now this is almost exclusively from being handled because it sits in the pocket, so it's not from being browned from the sun. And aside from a little bit of discoloration from being kept out of the sun, Shell Cordovan of any color, darker or lighter, won't really get so much darker when it's in that glazed state. It's just the nature of the pores. But with this natural, unglazed, I'm going to be able to do with the Shell Cordovan, or rather eventually have achieved with the products I make with Shell Cordovan, I will be able to have that fine patinaed look. And that is why I spent more money than I care to admit for the overall price for these two pieces. Largely because I wanted this. Had I not wanted this so badly, I certainly wouldn't have bought the black hide. Truthfully, I didn't need a black hide, but I did want something black to make from Shell Cordovan because you can't really dye it. I'm sure folks with an industrial process probably could, but I'm in an apartment in Japan, so there's that. All right, so thank you for being with me with this first ever face-to-face unboxing on the most glorious of days, Unboxing Day. And that's it. We'll stay tuned for the next video that I have regarding the Shell Cordovan hides. I'm gonna make a few small items out of the black gloss and the natural unglazed, and we're gonna see how they cut, bevel, and burnish. That's about it. That's all I've got. I am Jay Renard, and we are out.